Hey there guys, welcome back to Hersey Games and welcome back to our QPR career mode. If you're not all caught up, then make sure you go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course, welcome back to today's episode. Today, we are doing the usual, we are cracking on with the season, plenty of games to get underway, plenty of things to do. We'll have some of our youth scouts come back. We'll have our first time of having 3 sets of youth scouts coming back. I think 2 come back on the first and 1 comes back on the second. I kind of slightly goofed that timing a little bit. As you can see from the last episode, we were in some incredible form. We were just absolutely flying high, and we have changed it to Legendary. We did do that before the Luton game, which, as you can see, somehow didn't make a difference. We were just flying in the last episode. Today, we're going to start off against Millwall. Then we've got some pretty big games coming up. We've got a game against Norwich. We've got a game against Birmingham, and then a game against Huddersfield. I don't think we'll quite make it to the Blackburn game because of the tweaks and the issues we'd had with our highlight system. I reported it as a bug, and I clipped up the bit in the last episode, which was in the Rotherham game, to show them the issues that we had had. And I've sent off that bug report, and I doubt it will make a huge difference, but it might be that they maybe look at it and I don't know, if there's enough people reporting that there's an issue with it, it might fix it. I love the highlight system when it worked. Like when we didn't have issues with it, I think it's a very cool system. I think it's a really unique and awesome way to help add something clever to the game, to add something new to career mode. But it's a shame that it clearly has little bugs and errors. So time-wise, I'm going to do my best to try and get through 4 games today in today's recording. Obviously, like I said, we'll have the youth stuff. But other than that, I don't think we've got loads going on today. We're not really near the transfer window yet. We're in November, so we're not quite in January. You can see this is a very busy month. That's like 2 episodes alone, December there. So anyway, let's crack on with today's episode and get ready for Millwall. If anything happens in between, I'll see you then. Otherwise, we'll get the team ready for Millwall. Okay, getting ready for game number 1. And as I said, up against Millwall. Nothing happened in between, so we're jumping straight into the game. Another 5-back, although it didn't seem to be as much of a problem as last FIFA. Although 5-backs are still not fun to play against, we're still managing to score goals. We're still managing to make chances, even though we're playing 5 at the back. Going with what is currently our strongest 11. Also worth noting, I did get an email before the game talking about Tyler Roberts' appearances. Now, Roberts is playing more than the other lone players that we do have in at the moment, obviously apart from Laird, who's our first choice right back right now. I worry a little bit that come January, we're probably going to lose those loan players. So when it comes to January, there's a good chance that we're going to have to try and replace the squad depth that the loan players are offering us in this. So just maybe start thinking about a couple of players. I've seen a couple of suggestions in the comments for a few people already. What I'm probably going to say is we'll probably aim for, if in January we're still sitting comfortably at the top of the Prem, maybe look to pick up the odd sort of low-rated Premier League player, or maybe a couple of Championship talents to kind of bring in and sort of be slightly lower rated, but sort of progress in ratings. So ones that we can train up and have them progress ratings-wise and stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's a future Tom problem. We'll jump into game number 1, but just before we do, let's very quickly hear from today's video sponsor.
Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video.
You can see here, turning up at Millwall, it is 1st against 4th, and it's going to be a big game today. I think it's hopefully going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. Obviously, 5-backs are not fun to play against anyway, but apparently we've only conceded 6 goals in 15 games this season. That in itself is pretty gosh darn impressive. We're playing pretty well. I'm just very quickly going to have to go into this trainer thing because this keeps coming on. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. I'm just going to manually turn all of this stuff off as much as I can. I can't apparently turn time for finishing off, but that's fine. It's so frustrating that it keeps doing that. It really is. But hopefully we can come away today with 3 very important points. This would be another big game coming up against a team in that top 6 and picking up some good points. It's kind of, you know, taking away from those teams that are going to be really competitive with you. And that's kind of what we can really try and achieve here. So hopefully this is another example of it. Hopefully I'm playing okay. It is like 6:30 in the morning. Oh my god, it's the trainer thing is on. Why EA? Anyway, let's get into it. I've managed to turn everything off apart from the little power bar thing, which is kind of frustrating, but it's okay. I think that was on last episode anyway. Let's take on Millwall. Mate, look how, okay, this is something, look, that's worth noting. This is against Legendary. I feel like in 22, Legendary just were way more pressure and like closing you down way more than they are this year. I think I'm going to have to try and find some sliders. I'm going to look online and maybe do a little bit of YouTube research and see if I can find some videos, some examples. I think MGH normally uses sliders. I'll maybe have a little look and see what sliders MGH uses, because I like his career modes. His Arsenal career mode's one that I keep up with religiously. Really enjoy it. So we'll see if maybe those sliders can help us a little bit here. Willock trying to burst through. It's not going to happen this time. But yeah, anyway, let's get this game underway. Let's see if we can start today pretty well. That'd be nice. Linden trying to burst through here. Ilias making a lovely run. And that pass is very nearly perfect. Be a little bit careful here. Millwall on a decent attack. Leonard pushing out wide from his central position. Going to play it to Shackleton, who plays a lovely ball inside. Bradshaw is going to open the scoring. It's a very good, tidy finish at that close post. Sadly, Senny beat it at the close post, but it's one of those that actually, it's a tough one to beat because he's close to the goal. It's a lot of power in that shot. It wasn't an actual power shot itself, but right on that inside of the post, just hits the upright and bounces across the line. It's not that it was bad defending, but you can see the space that I think it was, I forgot who it was, Shackleton had to play the ball into Bradshaw, and then Bradshaw had enough time to take a touch and make the finish. So we've gone from 6 goals conceded to 7 already, and it is 1-0 to Millwall. Not ideal at all. Lovely through ball there from Fleming, and it's going to go through to Voxlammer, who's going to play it inside to Bradshaw again. Can he find any more space? No, good defence there from, I think that was Jimmy Dunn to close him down. Ethan Laird isn't quite going to get there, and then he's pushed away from it. The space again for Bradshaw. Very nearly too, and it was very nearly the same recreated goal, but on the other side of the pitch. I am struggling a lot here to keep up with this Millwall side. They are causing me levels of problems. I've got to work my way into this game a little bit here. Amos bursting forward now. Lyndon Dykes, make me a run. I've got a cough brewing, but hopefully I've got a goal brewing as well. It's off the post. Amos, going to play it to Chrissy Willock here. Willock, going to try and find Ilias. Couldn't quite. We are struggling to make these guys down. Oh, Ilias very nearly winning that. That would have been fantastic there. But we are struggling quite a bit here to really break down Millwall. When we're getting the ball, we're not... Okay, that there is poor. Legendary-wise, that's poor. And they just keep losing and giving the ball up there. We're going to get a corner to end this half here. We're going to get a little bit lucky here. And I'm going to try something a little bit jammy. I'm going to try something. This is something I actually saw on TikTok. So you can blame my For You page if this doesn't work. Little cheeky corner routine here. Going to whip it in with some power. Hasn't quite gone to Linden, but Rob Dickey, edge of the box. We know he likes a good shot from range. I didn't like that one as much, but it is going to be half-time. 1-0 down, which is not quite what we needed to see, not quite what I expected to see. Kind of based off of what we did last episode. I was pretty confident going into this thinking we could have a pretty consistent episode again. But we do go in at the break 1-0 down. Not many goals in the Championship at the moment, according to that stat there. I'm going to bring on Roberts. Again, ideally, I don't want to lose all of the players to rotation and stuff, because if these players get recalled, our rotation disappears. So it's not ideal, really. But Robert's going to come on for Ilias at half-time. We need to get an early equaliser to give us time to push on for a win. We are currently top of the table still. I think we're top of the table by 3 points, though. So it's, one slip-up and teams do catch right up. So we need to just be a little bit calm. Lovely stuff there from Jimmy Dunn. A little bit calm. Take our time on the ball. But make these chances and try and score sooner rather than later. Heavy touch from Johansson. Does well to win it back, though. Roberts is going to have this out wide. Lays it off to Linden. Not quite where I wanted it, but he keeps it alive. Chrissy Willock. Up to Johansson. Roberts with a nice little overlap outside there. Johansson inside to Willock. Couldn't quite get the touch to then just play that first time. Biakowski gets the ball, boots it away. Oh, lovely through ball. Bradshaw again away there. It changed my player. Dieng almost didn't look like he was going to make a save there. I was using, I think it was Dickey, and it changed my player last second, which is not what I wanted to see at all there. You can see we made 2 changes. Dazelle and Hutton coming on for Dykes, who's making his way off the pitch, and Amos taking off our top goal scorer. You could say I'm a little bit crazy, but I've struggled to get him particularly involved today. And my thought is Hutton's a little bit quicker, but I think that's Jimmy Dunn who's been beaten there, and that's 2-0. Oh, that's not ideal at all, boys. 2-0 down. Are we going to taste our first defeat of the series? Oh, it's not looking good. I think that was Wallace who scored there. Yeah, Jimmy Dunn just didn't get ahead of his man at all. Player on the line didn't do enough. That's 2-0. That smells maybe problems here, boys. That could be really not ideal. And, I need to do something. Going to make a run here. Kenneth Powell. We burst him forward. Going to look down and finds Hutton. Hutton going to try and find Willock. Willock can't quite win it. It's not going to quite be kept alive either. This is a problem here. Bradshaw into Voxlammer. Are we going to get absolutely routed? We are. It's 3-0. We have been well and truly put to the sword today, boys. It has not started as we needed. is this maybe a little bit of a wake-up call? We've started quite consistently. We've started incredibly well, in fact. And again, in the last episode, played against the same difficulty. Nothing different from the last episode in regards to settings or anything like that. But I tell you what, there's something very different in regards to form and or score. It is 3-0 to Millwall, and we have fallen apart here. Roberts bursted through the middle a little bit here. Going to try and lay it off to Hutton, who's going to have to turn his man. Does so pretty well, but man, I didn't want to back heel. I just wanted a standard pass to Roberts there. That kind of sums up how this game has gone. Just not quite right. I haven't quite been at the races today, and it's just not gone well, boys. It's just not been the performance. I'm just making a couple of changes here. Just a few fresh legs, just resting a couple of people. I know it's only like 5 minutes, but it's really not been our game today. It's just not gone well. Dazelle, edge of the box, going to have a pop. It's going to go straight into the defender. That kind of sums up how things are as well a little bit. Just everything's gone, not necessarily everything's gone against us, but we haven't played well enough to really justify anything more than the score suggests. I think 3-0 is maybe a little bit harsh. I feel like they've scored with most of the chances they've had, so that makes it look a little bit worse. Are we going to get something back? Johansson can't quite. It's a good save from Biakowski, but it would have only been a consolation. But that's it. That is full time, 3-0, and it is a routing. It's really not what we needed to see there. Like I was saying, we are only just ahead of the pack, and I think it's Blackburn they're in second, maybe. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but they win their game today, and I think they're winning at half time. Then they're at the very least they're level pegging with us on points. Goal difference, they could be well and truly ahead. Who knows? We had a pretty good episode last time, but 3-0 loss, and yeah, that one stings. Well, you can see obviously they're talking well and truly about the game, which is fair enough. It's not a good result for us. Sheffield United are just behind us. They only picked up a point though. Blackburn Rovers, I think, also did the same. So 2 points ahead now instead of 3. Millwall, however, are now only 3 points ahead. Norwich up next, who are on 26, so just flirting around the playoff places at the moment. But the next thing we'll have is our youth scouts. So I'll get to that, and I'll catch you guys up with whatever we get from that. Okay, let's have a little look-see and see what we have coming in. This is the email I was talking to you about Leeds telling us Roberts isn't playing enough. But let's see these youth players coming through. So Martin Moore, it's going to be a no from me, sadly, my dude. Rory Mullen, that's also going to be a no. Ben Ray, also not really the one. Ronan Goff, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Goff, I think that seems right. Looks like he could be decent down the line. You know what? We'll pick up Ronan. It could end up being he's somebody you sort of loan out and see how he sort of develops. But yeah, Aiden, I'll leave Aiden there for now, just so we can still access the other emails. Let's have a look at our Portuguese scout. Nothing really going there. Texiera, it's going to be a no from me. Pereira, it's got a decent starting rating. I think he's probably going to be sort of like mid-50s. I'm going to hold off on Pereira for now. I don't think he looks particularly amazing. So we'll see if anything else comes from that. Charlie Brooks, maybe. Luca May, although I like the trim. I don't like the ratings. Declan Morley, it's a no thank you. Hugo Davison, also a no. And Nathan Williams, also a no. So we'll keep our eyes on Charlie Brooks. Other than that, that's not an amazing month really for us. One player picked up, which is better than nothing. And that was Ronan Goff. He's 47 rated at the moment. Looking at his stats, he kind of needs to improve everywhere. So what we'll do is... I might actually convert him to a cam. Does that make sense to do? Do I go cam or do I go for like a winger? He's left-footed. I'm going to convert him to a winger because then I can improve his passing and dribbling a lot better with like the way you can upgrade winger stats. 5-star weak foot as well is pretty nice. We'll go with that. I think that's a smart play. Okay, coming up against Norwich this time, I'm going to stick with the same 11. I'm still confident that this 11 is our best 11 and the best for us going forward. I think that the toughness of what happened last time was partly the 5 at the back, and I'm going to hope that it was like first game sort of, you know, not jitters, but like first game issues. Who knows? Hopefully game number 2, I liven up a little bit more, play a little bit better. That would be nice. We need to get this man back in the goals. 12 goals so far this season, by far the top goal scorer. I'd be surprised if there's anyone particularly sort of pushing 10 at the moment with how consistently he's been scoring. But a rainy day at Loftus Road, hopefully, is going to be a rainy... That doesn't make sense. I was going to say a rainy defence. Leaky defence is the phrase I was thinking of. sometimes you say things and they don't make sense. So we're going to move on. But I'm pretty sure I saw Lyndon Dykes tifo, and hopefully that's going to be the motivation he needs to be scoring at the loft end. It was Dickey. Well, Dickey, you can score there as well later on. Why not, mate? Why bloody not? But let's take it on. Hopefully we can come away from today with the points we need. Make it up for the first game of the episode being a little bit stinky, but Norwich are a good side. Decent team. Very good, strong squad in there. But yeah, hopefully... Oh, mate, me saying that there's not going to be many pushing 10. There's quite a few pushing 10. O'Dowda and Akpom are only one behind him. And Timu Pukki, obviously in the Norwich side, I'm assuming today, he's taking kickoff. He's only 2 behind him. So, Lyndon, mate, you've got competition literally on the pitch. You need to push ahead of him. Come on, boys. Come on, you ours. 3 points, please. Got to be a little bit careful here. They're knocking this round quite nicely. Pookie's going to try a power shot. Jimmy Dunn does get in the way of it. It's going to be bouncing around a little bit here. Ethan Laird is going to eventually bring it away. And, mate, that could have been a bit problematic. But Timu Pukki was very nearly giving us problems there. But Chrissy Willett now is bursting through. Lyndon, mate, keep that run up. Lyndon, can we find him? Oh, it's a good effort. It's a good idea trying to thread that needle of a pass there from Willett. But it wasn't quite going to make it. But it is going to stay at 0-0. Only 15 minutes in, though. So there's plenty of time to go. Oh, got to be careful here. He's Norwich play this quite nicely. They're going to play backwards a little bit. Max Aaron's brought into the attack now. But well in there from Kenneth Powell. Doing really good, a good job there. And then he sets away Ilias Chair. Sorensen coming across from the midfield to try and cover for Aaron's, who was obviously, as we just said, well and truly up the pitch. But now, Ilias, lovely ball. Chris Willock, lovely first touch. Plays the strike. It's our first chance of the game. It was sort of just pushed wide there from Gunn. It wasn't the best save particularly, but it was enough to stop us from finding the back of the net. Johansson's going to whip this in, aiming for our big man, Lyndon Dykes. It's going to be won by the defence, but Willock's going to get the ball, edge of the box, finesse. It's off the bar. It's a good effort. Wasn't quite low enough just to find the back of the net there. Oh, mate, Gunn with a bit of a dodgy first touch there. Mate, I'm telling you, keepers are stinky. Got to be careful here as Aarons is pushing up the pitch. Kenneth Powell caught a little bit out of position, but he's done a good enough job to get back. But man over there causing us problems. Got to be careful. Got to try and keep this one out. Well done, Sam Field. Does a really good job to push that one away. But Johansson just caught in possession there by Sorensen as he's tried to bring it away and start our own attack. Timu Pukki, well blocked there from Jimmy Dunn. Really good job there from big man Jimmy at the back. But I am losing the ball left, right and centre as I try and break away for attacks. So we've got a chance. Lovely stuff. Chrissy Willock's done really well to read that line. Stay on side. He's got to turn though because he's met there by Hanley. Inside to Ilias. Oh, I wanted Ilias to shoot first time. Instead, he's taken that touch and it's just allowed the angle to sort of be closed down by the Norwich defence, which is such a shame because that would have been a much better chance, I think, if he'd been able to just hit it. But half-time, been a tough episode today. I am struggling to really get a foothold in the game. I think maybe we just got a little bit lucky with how we played last episode and coming up against some teams that maybe just we suited the matchup. We suited how we came up against them and maybe that helped. I'm not too sure, but all I can tell you is today I am struck. Maybe I'm just not playing well today. That could be a part of it. It could just be that I'm not playing good FIFA. It's very plausible. It's very, very plausible. But Sheffield United currently being held by Huddersfield, and I cannot see the Blackburn game. Maybe they are not playing either today or right now. I think I'm going to go same 11. I don't see a reason to change it for now. Laird's getting a little bit tired. I think Laird will probably make his way off at some point. I think Johansson will probably also make his way off at some point. Not had the best episode today, Johansson. Had a few mistakes, had a few little blips, whereas he's been pretty consistent in other episodes. I've actually really enjoyed Johansson's card, or you know, using him in career mode at least this time around. So we'll see if that is something that holds true for the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. But he probably will make his way off just because of fitness, just because of stamina. But I'm going to try and play into Johansson. Not really the best idea there from me. And Norwich bringing it away. But second half, we just need to create a little bit more. We didn't create enough. We tested the keeper once or twice. That was it. Lovely through ball there. And Pookie's going to have this. He's going to play it back, though. And that's Cantwell in acres of space. We are just leaking goals today. The positions players are finding in the middle of our box is worrying. Bradshaw in the first game. And Todd Cantwell in the second there. Pookie just had to turn and he was just jogging on the spot. That is not ideal at all. Not what we wanted to see. And that is going to be problems, boys. That is going to be problems. Easy stuff. Look, easy stuff in there. I couldn't close him down in time. Both the centre-backs were just not miles apart, but apart enough that there's nothing we could do about it. I'm actually gonna try something a little bit drastic here. I'm gonna make a big old formation change. I'm gonna change this and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, you can see I've gone to a 4-2-4. Now I would have gone 4-4-2, but Chair and well, I could even actually go to a 4-2-2 and actually have Amos Field at DMs and then Willock and Chair as cams, which is actually my go-to formation in Ultimate Team. But I've taken off Johansson and I'm bringing on Hutton. I've taken off Laird and I'm bringing on Aussie. Both are mainly because of stamina. Obviously, the Johansson one is also because we're going to the two-striker system. I'm just going to see if having two up top can maybe help us out. I've probably got used to playing two-striker systems in Ultimate Team. 4-2-2 is my go-to formation because I find in Ultimate Team, you need two strikers. I find one striker up top this FIFA, you just get isolated. 4-2-3-1 this year I don't think is as good. And maybe good little block there from Aussie. Maybe that's creeping into the fact that I'm used to two strikers and I'm struggling a little bit to create chances. Maybe, I don't know, am I clutching at straws? We'll find out. We'll see if there's any straws to be clutched. But hold on, there might be a goal to be scored here as Hutton finds the back of the net. That's much more like it. Do I think that's formation change? I'm going to, maybe a little bit, thinking about it actually. Hutton wouldn't have been there if I didn't have two strikers up top. On his right foot, lovely finish. It really was a beautiful finish. Lyndon Dykes turns into an assist maker in this scenario here. But, mate, we've had issues with Hutton on that right foot, but no issues that time. That is rocketed into that top corner. Postage stamp for days, boys. That is a lovely little curl as well. That literally is dot bins. Beautiful finish. 1-1. Back in it. Maybe. Just maybe. Dow going off there for Norwich as well, making their own change. But could be some good signs here, boys. 1-1. Back in it. Maybe more to come. Cantwell with the ball here. Going to try and play it inside. Nope, not today. Chrissy Willett getting back there. Lovely job helping out Aussie because he had about 3 players to contend with there. So Chrissy Willett doing a really, really good job of coming back and helping out. I've also made the team a little bit narrower defensively because, again, I was realising getting these little holes and little pockets in the midfield. So in the defence, sorry, in our box. So I thought, you know what, let's run the team a little bit narrower in the defence. I've set it to 40 width. And hopefully that's going to make a difference. But that there is a problem. No, it's not that there is offside. A couple more changes. You know what? I'll run you guys through them. I'll run you through my thought processes here. Field getting a little bit tired, so Dazelle is going to come on. Jimmy Dunn, a little bit tired. Clark Salter is going to come on. And I'm going to bring on Lecco. Lecco's going to come on and hopefully offer a little bit of pace here. Hopefully offer a little bit of something to just add to the fresh legs of Hutton on that side as well. Hopefully these changes are going to be ones that will do the positive job I'm hoping that they're going to do. That is fingers crossed for sure. Get Lecco straight in that ball. Aussie is going to try and let Lecco make a little run here. Play it into him. Lovely stuff. Lovely ball. Lyndon can't quite find the space. Closed out by 2 people, which kind of makes sense considering he's the league top goal scorer. Ilias Chair on the ball. Inside now to Dazelle. First time pass to Lecco. First time shot from Lecco. And the man who joined to be a bit of a bit part player. Okay, I don't get to see any of the celebration because the fans are loving it, which you love to see. He has scored some very important goals. Jonathan Lecco bagging, I think, his 3rd of the season. I'm chuffed for him. Lovely bit of play there through the middle of the park. The 4-2-4 might be the way forward, boys. It's going to mean we lose either Amos or Field in that starting 11. Or Johansson, rotation-wise, who knows. But, mate, Jonathan Lecco getting another humongous goal for us. He is having a good little time here. I'm really glad we picked him up. I think he's ended up being just a little bit bot player who just does the business every now and again. Very happy with that. Fingers crossed now. There's literally added time to hold out for. Kenneth Powell completely misjudges that one. Sinani's going to bring this forward here. Powell, you've got to get back there. You've got to make up for that mistake. It won't let me get my right player. Good little punch away there from Seny Dieng. And Aussie is just going to boot it up the pitch. Mate, we scrapped for that one. Mate, that was nearly a problem. But a big, big 3 points there. Jonathan Lecco coming up clutch. The substitutions making a difference. Hutton and Lecco both coming on, both finding the goals and picking up the 3 points. Very nearly a problematic moment for us. But Jonathan Lecco, mate, take a bow, lad. Good lad to you. You've come on. You've done the business. To be fair, all the subs had a pretty good game. Clark Salter didn't really have too much to do in the end of things. But, mate, I'm much happier with that result. Could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, it wasn't. Well done, boys. A huge 3 points in the end. As it said, Leco's dramatic late goal seals a win. And you know what? Team that didn't win was Sheffield United. They actually dropped points. They've hit their own little bump in the road like we did in our first game of today. Blackburn still with a game to play, which is why I couldn't find them in that listing. But yeah, we are now 5 points clear. Obviously, if Blackburn win, we still stay 2 points clear. But we're looking okay. Nearly at that 20-point mark. We're slowly creeping up on the halfway mark of the season. And yeah, we're doing, you know what? We're doing okay. 40 points from 17. I will take that in a heartbeat. Couple of emails here. Firstly, Hutton asking to play. And I'm going to say I'm going to think about it. I might actually start the two-striker system. Lyndon Dykes hitting his potential, which is a real shame that the dynamic potential just doesn't seem to do half of what we were promised. Goff there, moving to a left winger, which is fine with me. Because what I can now do is I can now do support winger. Gets the passing up nicely, gets the acceleration up, gets the dribbling up, and hopefully we can slowly start to get him a little bit higher rated, because I think Goff could be decent. He looks like he could be a decent little player. I mean, him and Bull, I think they're going to be pretty tasty. And Howe, I mean, we've still got Howe. Dexter Howe, 66 rated. He's getting a bit naughty, isn't he? He is getting a little bit good. I don't know what to do with Howe, because I kind of want to call him up. I kind of want him to be like a box to box. I kind of really want him to be a box-to-box. How long does it take you to make you a centre mid? I'm going to make him a centre mid, boys. I'm going to do it. We're gonna make Dexter Howe a box-to-box. He's nearly as good as half of our midfielders. Like, I think Dexter Howe actually makes it onto our bench. Okay, coming up against Birmingham, and I feel like this is a really good chance to actually try this 4-2-4 against a system like this. Obviously, having those two strikers just means we've got a bit of a better matchup up against that defence, but it does mean we're now a player short in that midfield. I have set the tactics up as well, as I said before, to be that little bit narrower on a 40 sort of width, 50 depth. So I'm not sitting crazy deep. I don't like playing crazy deep, but I do like being able to play a little bit narrower, maybe with the couple of little blocks we're having in that middle of the defence. Like Dunn and Dickey, just at times, there's big gaps. So hopefully Laird and Powell squeeze in a little bit more, and it just keeps them a little bit nearer together. Dykes and Hutton coming in. So Amos is the player that misses out in that midfield for now. But with plenty of games coming up, and again, we've talked time and time again, about stamina, etc. And it's going to end up being that he probably will rotate in with Johansson, with Field. Just, you know, I love Luke Amos. I think he's going to be such a good little player. If he can stay injury-free in real life, I think he's got such a good little career ahead of him. And yeah, I really do hope that he can still get some game time in this. But we're coming up against Birmingham today, and it's a bit of a tester for this 4-2-4. Again, I'm confident that the two-striker system will benefit me and will benefit us with scoring more and more goals, which hadn't been an issue particularly. But yeah, maybe today was just a little bit of a wake-up call with Legendary. That Millwall game really did wake us up a little bit and did remind us that we are very much up against it. But yeah, let's take on Birmingham, who in real life, John Eustace, really glad to see him doing well. Really glad to see that he's winning over the Birmingham fans. And yeah, it's good to see him doing well. Hopefully, however, Birmingham don't do that well today, and we come away with 3. I mean, I say every time 3 important points. Every single game, every single win is important. All of the points are important, Tom. We know that now. Hutton, stinker pass. Bad start to the game. Anyway, let's go. Oh, got to be careful here. Good attempt of a block there. It has, I think, maybe been blocked. No, it is a goal kick. Not a great shot there by the looks of things, but I'll say good defence from Dickey to save the striker's feelings a little bit. Oh, got to be careful here. Djukovic in a good position. Seny Dieng equal to the shot, though. Very, very good effort, but a very good save from our Super Seny. And Chong's going to go out there and take this corner. Got to be a little bit careful. It's not that we've struggled to create... Well, actually, no. It is that we've struggled to create chances. We haven't really created too much. That's really the first thing that Birmingham have created as well, though. It's been a little bit scrappy. It's been a lot in the middle of the park. And hold on a second here. Telling you now, Seny Dieng is the best keeper in the Championship, especially in this career mode. He is absolutely flying across that goal to make these saves. That is a tremendous save from Seny Dieng. He is being kept well and truly busy today. Another corner in from Chong. Ilias is going to be the man, apparently. I decide to make the header with. That was a decision I made. Not sure why I've done that. But Lyndon Dykes here, winning that pass. And we're going to try and bring this away here. Hutton was making a really nice run and then just stopped it all of a sudden. Not entirely sure. Oh, not sure why he did. And I maybe could have won that off of Sanderson too. But Birmingham bring it forward again. Well done, Rob. Dickey. Willock pushed a little bit out wide here. But we are going to try and cut inside. Lovely pass into Hutton. And Hutton Bit of space opening up in front of him. Sanderson has taken that well and truly on the chin. And it ended up being a pretty good block in the end. But Hutton going to get it to Linden. Linden back to Hutton. Or Hutton on his right there. I won't lie to you. I played it to Linden with the hopes and intentions of being able to pop a little shot away with him. But he had to pay it back. And wasn't the best chance in the end for us. But another chance maybe creeping in. Hutton here. Going to have to shoot first time. It's a good save from, I think it's Etheridge they've got in goal. It was a nice little save there. Chong is going to miss out to Ilias in the air. And Linden can't quite get that headed pass across to him. Having a little bit of flutter of chances here at the end of the half. But sadly, none of them really coming to anything. And it is going to be 0-0 at the break. We definitely built into the half a little bit there. We had a couple of chances right at the death of it. But not enough to, again, really cause any extra issues or, again, break the deadlock. It's still 0-0 in this one. But hopefully we can come away with a little something more in the second half. I'm going to make a little change. And I'm not just saying the word little just because he is. But Ilias is going to make his way off for Roberts. Again, I'm trying to get Roberts on the pitch a little bit more just because I don't want to lose his loan. I think he's pretty crucial off the bench, especially now if we're playing this two-striker system. We've got Dykes, we've got Hutton. We don't have a striker on the bench. So it's going to end up being that Leko becomes our super sub striker. And Roberts can't play there. But he is quite attacking, so can be a winger option and then push someone centrally. You know, like Willock, for example, says he can play striker. Apparently he can't. I don't know why it says they can when they can't. But yeah, that's the one change we're going to make at the break. I think Amos will maybe make his way on to the pitch at some point in the second half. Again, fresh legs in the middle there. But other than that, I think it's going to be situational to fitness. Or if we need to make a change for, a particular, we need fresh legs in this position or something to open up for us. But good step in there from Dickey was very nearly a problem, but well defended in the end from Big Rob at the back. And we don't quite bring it away. We lose the ball. Got to be careful here. Good tackle there from Ethan Laird to win and bring it away. But again, as I'm trying to bring the ball away, I'm losing possession, giving the ball willy-nilly in the middle of the park there. But again, Laird winning that ball, bringing it back now. And Linden was making a run. I've tried to play a through ball, but it ended up being a bit more through to his feet rather than his run. And Willock's going to get the ball out wide. A little dink into the middle. Aims at Sanderson. He's not on your team anymore, Chris. He's not on your team. Ref, have words, because he's gone nowhere near that. Djukovic has not won that. He's just flattened Johansson and then got up and just picked up the ball. That's outrageous. That had to be a foul, in my opinion. Linden on the ball. Hutton. Tom. I make those beautiful runs and I pass it like an idiot, like 20 minutes late. One absolute mug. I'm going to take off field here for Amos. Amos is going to get some minutes here. I don't know what else to change. I'm going to bring on Clark Salter. Again, that's a stamina change. I've got 2 more changes. I'm going to save them. I feel like at some point, either Hutton or Linden will make their way off. And it could end up being Leko makes his way on and plays as a striker for us. Which, although I think he'll be in a -1, I think just for the sake of having fresh legs. And again, Leko is a very, very different option to what we have. Hutton is not a little lad, but, has a little bit of pace about him. Dykes is a target man who just happens to be the best finisher in the league. And then we've got the little quick man in Jonathan Leko. Oh, it's a good first block. Oh, Johansson hits it wide of the post. Oh, I kind of would have liked to see that replay, but we're not going to get one. Djukovic making his way off. Troy Deeney coming on, the absolute mug himself. Only reason I don't like it, if you know the game against Watford, if you know what he said to Senny Dieng. Absolute mug. But, yeah, other than that, yeah, gutted about that chance. I feel like Hutton's chance maybe could have been not at the defender, and I feel like Johansson's chance could have just been on target. Would have been nice. But Hutton, finesse from the edge of the box here. Just wide of the post. We are starting to pick it up. We're getting into the game a little bit more. I'm going to make that change. It's going to be Linden Dykes, boys. It's going to be Dykes off for Leko. Am I crazy? Maybe. I'm thinking pace. I'm bringing on a bit of pace against this defence. I don't know. I might be going mad, but I'm doing it. Got to be careful here. It's Plachetta. Obviously, fresh legs. Not too long have coming on to the pitch here. Inside to Chong. Oh, good tackle there from Rob Dickey, and it needed to be. And we have not got long to maybe try and mount what would be a final attack here. Ethan Laird is going to have to try and zip up this pitch. We're going to play it inside. Amos, ref, do not blow that whistle. Look at where we are on the pitch. Give us a chance here. Chrissy Willock, edge of the box, into Hutton. Hutton, going to try the finesse, and Hutton finds the back of the net. Another late winner, and it's young Harvey Hutton who finds the back of the net. Absolute scenes. That's 2 late goals today. One from Leko, one from Hutton. Mate, I'll tell you now, I did not think we were going to get the chance. I just saw where the ball was on the pitch and thought the ref is 1000% going to blow against us here. But that lovely bit of play, Willock, edge of the box into Harvey Hutton. It's a 0.18% chance of finding the back of the net, or 0.18 chance, not 0.18, 18% chance of going in. And Hutton, the number 18, finds the back of the net with what is, I think, his third goal of the season now. Fifth, mate, he's scoring more than I thought. Go on, Harvey, mate. Good lad. He genuinely could be the future of this club and the future of this career mode and series, because that there is a huge, huge result in the end. John Eustace looks a little bit different from what I remembered. He's trimmed down. Good lad. Love to see it. But Sanderson, mate, you picked the wrong team. You've gone to the wrong club, boy. You've ended up being on the losing side of this one. Harvey Hutton, it took him a few attempts. You could see we had a few attempts by the end of the game. A couple of chances just wide of the post. Some good saves as well from I think it's Etheridge they've got in net. And, mate, what a result. Well done, boys. That was a close one, though. Another late goal and another goal from Hutton. I'm chuffed for him. I'm really glad it's working out. I'm glad the 4-2-4 ended up getting the win. I think the thing I noticed was we definitely got more chances in clusters. Like, once we were in a bit of an ascendancy, we definitely did, mount that pressure on and cause a few problems. The midfield battle, though, is a little thing where we are going to struggle a tad there. So if we are going to bring up that young lad from the youth system, and he is going to be a bit of a box-to-box, we need to make sure we have a solid DM next to him. For example, a Sam Field. For example, maybe a Luki Amos. Johansson, I think he kind of would come in to replace a Johansson-style figure. So do we maybe have our Johansson replacement for the end of the season? Maybe a bit early to tell, but we will find out. However, sadly, I'm actually going to have to round the episode up there. I've been filming for just over an hour and I start work in 20 minutes. So I haven't really got too much time to end up being able to do too much more now. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. And if you are, please leave a like on the video. Supports me, the video, the channel and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to watch us on our live streams, it's Hursty Games over on Twitch and on TikTok. Links to both are down below. I stream on both at the same time. Would love to see you guys over there at some point as well. And of course, while you're down in the description, make sure you show some love to our channel sponsors. Thank you so much for supporting them, because it really does help the channel out a whole bunch. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.